Hey, hi, hello everybody. Welcome back to Bougie Budgets. Thank you guys so much for being here. My name is Lambo and I'm a 22-year-old full-time college student who works a full-time job and a part-time job. I do cash flow school and I live on my own, so I have a lot of things to do over here. Everything on this channel is related to financial wellness. That includes cash stuffing, sinking, fun savings challenges, what I spend in the weeks, and many more things to come. So if any of that interests you, consider hitting that subscribe button. If you are a returning viewer, hey, and if you are new, welcome to the chaos. So today I am doing a little bit of a different video. I wanted to talk about 5 things that you should know before you start budgeting. So this is going to be the beginnings of what I would like to eventually create for like a beginner's budgeting guide for people in their 20s like myself. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I want to make sure I'm not giving away anything. Perfect. I have Miss Piggy over here and a coffee. It is a trick-or-treat one, but that's okay. I mean, honestly, at this point, it's right around the corner. I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, you guys, let's just get right on into it. So this is 5 things you should know before you start budgeting. Everybody needs to know these things, understand, give a good foundation before you even get into it. So the first one I would like to talk about is that your feelings regarding budgeting are valid. Budgeting is a scary thing to do. It's not, necessarily fun to see how much debt you have, how much money you have in total, and how much you spend each month. Those can be scary numbers, You can feel overwhelmed, scared, tired, you might want to avoid them, and those things are completely valid. Don't let anybody tell you or try to invalidate your feelings about budgeting because, yeah, they're valid, okay? The second thing I wanted to talk about is that it is okay to not know where to start. When I first started budgeting, I had no idea what I'm doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. I just roll with the punches and keep it moving, So if you feel overwhelmed or unsure, that is okay. I felt overwhelmed and unsure when I first started out, and I still do feel that way, but I keep it pushing, I keep it moving, I try my best. And honestly, that's really all you can do. As long as you do your best, there's literally nothing else you can do. The third one I would like to mention is that when you are budgeting, your budget is constantly going to change. It is constantly going to evolve. And I feel like if some people don't understand this aspect, it's, not like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not surprising when people don't want to budget because they feel overwhelmed, or like I was saying before, they feel unsure because they don't know if that number is going to work for them. And, it may not. Things have to change. Things will always change. Life is crazy. Life happens, and therefore so does your budget. Some things will be the same, like your rent, utilities, debts, those things will already be pretty much the same. It might vary a little bit, depending on, let's say, for example, how much debt you pay off. Your minimum payments could go down and so on and so forth. But your budget will always change. You can start off really strong and then boom, unexpected medical bill. Like my dog, I just had started an emergency fund for her. It had about $60 in it, and then boom, she ended up having to go to the vet. So because of that, I had to change my budget around to accommodate for that, unexpected expense. And that is okay. You want to be able to move things around in your budget. So when things do change and evolve, you can roll with it and change your numbers accordingly. So your budget literally will never be the same, ever. Some things may stay the same for a few weeks, a few months, maybe even a year or two. But honestly, and I feel like most people can attest to this, the way you were budgeting 3 years ago is probably not the same as how you budget now, because things change, people evolve, and your budget evolves. So yeah, don't feel overwhelmed if you have to switch your numbers around or change them. Honestly, just start with a number. Go that amount of time. Let's say it's like a week or two if you get paid weekly or bi-weekly. Once your next check comes around, if you realized, hey, that wasn't enough money, or hey, that was actually too much money, then based on that, you can switch things around to work it out better for yourself. The fourth thing, 4 out of 5, I would like to talk about is to not compare your journey to someone else's. Now, I honestly need to take my own advice with this. As a 20-something-year-old, I am nowhere near where I would, necessarily say like to be. It's really easy to see other people that, has more money than you. Obviously, there are a lot of 20-something-year-olds who have way more money than me, but their journey is different than yours. They could be making a lot of money and they could also be spending all of that money. You guys would be surprised how many people that make so much money each year don't have anything left over at the end of each paycheck or are even in debt, So I guess there's like a pretty big saying out there that says it's not about how much you make, it's really about how much you can keep. So yes, don't compare your journey to someone else's, because you are on your own specific one and your blessings will come when it's right for you. And then last but certainly not least, I wanted to talk about embracing the unknown. And, I kind of chuckled to myself when I wrote this, because when I was in elementary school, I actually wrote a poem that was titled, "I Believe in the Unknown." Nobody good is going to know what's going to happen a year from now, 6 months from now, a month from now, a week from now, even an hour from now. Life's. You know what I mean? Life be lifing. And your life can literally switch up in an instant, for the better or for the worse. Of course, we hope it's for the better, but you never know what the future holds. And instead of having anxiety towards it and, being fearful about it, as many people are, we should attempt to embrace it instead. Welcome the unknown, welcome the next day, welcome the future, because the future has so many great things that we don't even know about. It's unfair to yourself to be scared about it when you really should be excited and looking forward to what is to come. So yes, you guys, these are my top 5 things I think you should know before you start budgeting. I really hope you guys enjoyed this first video of this new series. If you did, leave a comment down below. Tell me how you think about it. Would you like to hear more about these kind of beginner, I guess a beginner's guide, just in general, very, very, very from the beginning. I literally need everything to be explained to me, And I am 100% okay with starting at the basics, because some videos I feel like don't really start at the beginning, and I really, really, really want to start at the beginning. And that starts with understanding that how you feel about budgeting is valid. It's okay if you don't know where to start. Your budget is going to constantly change even after you started or even after it's been years. Don't compare your journey to somebody else's, because that's only going to hold you back from yourself. And embrace the unknown. Embrace the future. If you are on a budgeting journey, that only means that your future is going to be brighter. So you shouldn't be worried, about what is to come. So yes, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button to see more of Lambo. I do have a TikTok, Instagram. I post shorts, and I also have a Threads account. All of them are Bouji Budgets. You guys can go ahead and check that out. I really appreciate you all, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.